Michael Jordan, one of the greatest players of all time, one even the top 10 of globalization worldwide, with his shoe brand, his style of play, influences. But we as fans and us people in the NBA wonder what if he didn't exist. And I'm gonna break it down with stories and some little stats, but mostly just stories and also just straight law fact, so you guys will get this. And here will be the rules. Number one, the rule will be it will not be no 2K, but it will just be like I'll be breaking it down in two sections, like Detroit Pistons shoe brand, so it will make more sense. We're gonna put it like that way, and we're gonna see. If Michael Jordan actually did not exist, the NBA would change completely. So here we're gonna wonder, what if he did not exist? So this video is amazing, so I hope you guys enjoy. My name is Lil Lomon, if you guys don't know me, and this is it. Let's go!
From greatest plays, from greatest hooks, from greatest shots, from greatest record-breaking Michael man, one man that changed the whole franchise, the whole league itself, one man that lead the whole one team to a finals 6 rings, one man with record crashing, breaking records. And here is Michael Jordan. What if? Here is the video, experiencing the theories about this man, Michael Jeffrey Jordan. And here is this man, Michael Jordan. He was one of the greatest and iconic. And what if he didn't exist? Well, here is. Give this video a big thumbs up, and you're about to be in a very big treat. 1984 NBA Draft.
For the third pick, and the Chicago Bulls, who have been drafting very high down through the years, and they have the third pick today.
The Chicago Bulls pick Michael Jordan of the University of North Carolina.
So Michael Jordan, who right now is in Bloomington getting ready for the upcoming Olympics, and this man is a can't miss, and whether a guard spot or the forward at 6'6", 195 pounds.
You know, he makes someone that count. He can do it in traffic.
As you guys can see, the 1984 draft, Michael Jordan's spot will be taken by Sam Perkins, I believe, and that will lead to go up by up because his third spot will be taken, and that will be crazy because David Stern would not meet Michael Jordan at all. The Detroit Pistons. The bad boys? The bad boy Pistons, as y'all say it? As everybody said, they would have multiple championships, a dynasty, and the Pins would even be as good as long-term as Boston and Lakers and Celtics. The Pistons would have a rivalry. They would have been in their own league, and Chicago would be the main piece to stop their greatest, oh my goodness, team ever. Isaiah Thomas will been their own. Isaiah Thomas will be in the dream team. Rodman will probably stay in the Pistons. He wouldn't even leave to anywhere except the Pistons because of development and how good they are. And he'll probably go to the Lakers, but not unlikely how the Pistons will be doing. But by staying in this team, they'll be a greatest team ever. The Warriors, the Miami Heat 13, Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade. They'll be as great as that, and they'll have so many capabilities. And the Detroit Pistons will have merch. The Detroit Pistons will have fan base blowing on them, and sales will increase. And the Detroit Pistons will be good as Chicago Bulls. You know how amazing that will be? Especially when the Detroit Pistons come to the early 2000s. Rip Chancey, and Ben Wallace, and Hashim Wallace. Oh my goodness. And especially if Carmelo Anthony would have came to that team, they'll also win multiple championships. So with being that, with Isaiah Thomas right now past in the 80s, 90s, in the 2000s, Detroit Pistons will be the greatest team in NBA history of what is gonna come in that moment. And that will be just because of Chicago in the Eastern Conference Finals. Because Michael Jordan has struggled. But this is crazy because one man, MJ and Pippen, it doesn't matter because I don't think Pippen would go to the Bulls because the Bulls needed somebody good. But the Bulls will probably be #1 pick and picking someone else. That is crazy. And oh my goodness, Detroit Pistons will be a dynasty. Chicago Bulls and Washington Wizards. Bulls wouldn't even be popular in merch. The team wouldn't even win 6 rings, or not even one ring itself, with no Pippen or Michael Jordan. Pippen would not ever even came to Chicago because Chicago's draft will be different. Chicago will probably pick a shooting guard, but Pippen is a small forward, so Chicago will probably pick a shooting guard or a big man. The Bulls wouldn't even last even. The Bulls wouldn't even have 3 banners up on their wall, or not even one itself. Chicago Bulls Chicago wouldn't even be on the radar, and people wouldn't even find interest going there. Chicago even wouldn't be on the map until Derrick Rose would have came there, and that would be insane. And also, here's the good thing about this: in Washington Wizards, when Kwame Brown was drafted, Kwame Brown was terrible because some say because of Michael Jordan, because he was a rookie and all that. But Kwame Brown, it's a possibility that he might be would be good if Michael Jordan would have not been there when he would be drafted. Although that Wizards in Chicago wouldn't be iconic if John Wall or Derrick Rose, it wouldn't be on the wall without them. But still, it wouldn't be irrelevant without them. Scottie wouldn't even go to Chicago. He probably would be drafted to, most likely, or he probably would stay in Seattle Sonics. Well, probably most likely stay in Seattle Sonics because he was been drafted there. Or no, it's possible he might stay in that team, but then he might come to Portland Blazers after, because that was he was ending his career there. But other than that, Chicago Wizards wouldn't be that much iconic until some franchise NBA player will claim. Jordan Brand. If it wasn't for this brand fashion that made history complete, the franchise that was top 3rd shoe brand in human history, although it didn't happen in 3rd to exist, Nike and Adidas would get very popular and they would have huge sales and merch would increase since the Jordan brand wouldn't even peak to existence. But Michael Jordan was the reason why the creation of the shoe brand, and some others in some cases like it, and some of the shoe brands and shoes like athletes and celebrities and rappers shoes wouldn't even be there, like Chris Paul's and Dwayne Wade shoes. So basically, and also Russell Westbrook. So the shoe brand didn't exist. Some of those guys' shoes wouldn't even be there. They probably would sign with Nike or Adidas. Some of those motherfuckers would probably sign with Reebok, but that's unlikely. Paul and Russell Westbrook would have signed with other shoe industries because of this brand not being into existence. Playoffs and finals. 6 championships, 6 Eastern Conference Finals, awards, championships, Steve Kerr, Michael Jordan, Scottie Pippen. They had accomplished what no any NBA team did since the Boston Celtics and Lakers did. They did so much. They played against Orlando, Utah Jazz, the greatest teams. One of the most scary and most times that Michael Jordan and the team that had go through the 1996, 1997, 1998. And also those facts and also those things would not be there. Chicago wouldn't even have any of those banners up. The team will be not in the radar, and things will just be like, basically Michael Jordan is the lead on scoring and all-time playoff leading scorers. Okay, that playoff leading scorers. Right now, the currently leader of the playoff leading scorers is LeBron James, but Michael Jordan literally is. He's the all-time steals, all-time playoff record, and also basically, and if 1997 finals, 1998 finals, the Utah Jazz would have won those rings, and also Detroit Pistons, other teams, Barkley will probably get his first ring. Awards and accomplishments.
It easily could have been Shaq because of the way he finished the game in the dunk or whatever. But I felt kind of strange standing out there, an MVP trophy, and the crowd's making their own.
Rewards, MVPs, the Nationals, every that basketball thing types were gone to the other player or the second slide of the player. As for instance, like if MJ was first of MVP and Charles Barkley was second MVP, the MVP would go to Charles Barkley because he was second, but Michael Jordan isn't there. So Charles Barkley would have been the MVP if Michael Jordan was the first one, for instance. So that's basically, if Michael Jordan was nowhere in this NBA thing, all those rewards, accomplishments, nationalists will gone to the second best player, or player with the second stats will gone to them, basically, because like it's usually when a player is first, it goes to the second, so that's how it is basically. So Charles Barkley, oh no, Hakeem Olajuwon will be first, Charles Barkley will be second, and Michael Jordan would not be on that choice of Rookie of the Year, basically. Players' impact. Some of the players, the great NBA players like Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, LeBron James, grew up watching Michael Jordan's greatest plays of all time. The one time we was in the finals, or he did that shrug, and some of the players are saying, "Man, I wish I'd been him." And some of the players just always had this mentality, and just they've always been influenced by this man, Michael Jordan. But if he wasn't not peaked to be there, things will be completely different, and we would not know what would happen.
Three players of all time.
Best three players of all time.
Yeah.
Michael Jordan. Wow. Michael Jordan. Wow, this is tough. Michael Jordan. Dr. J. Larry Bird.
That is tough.
You give me three.
I know.
Oh my God.
As you guys can see, Michael Jordan is set in the fact that on that interview, he was saying that Michael Jordan, because that was that main thing he was looking up to on that child. He was like,
there wouldn't be no Hall of Fame Allen Iverson standing at this podium if it wasn't for this guy. But man, I wanted to be like Mike. You know what I mean?
Basically, that was on the Hall of Fame. Allen Iverson was saying, he was basically saying that when he was, younger, and he was always looking up to that man, Michael Jordan. And these guys have especially impacted on that man. On the debate on who's the greatest, Johnson, Larry Bird, Julius Erving, Allen Iverson, Kobe Bryant. We all hear that. And people will be always saying who's the greatest, be comparing. And oh my goodness, that will be insane, because a lot of people will compare it to Michael Jordan, to Bill Russell, to Wilt. But if Michael Jordan was not anywhere to compete in this NBA thing, everybody will be comparing to Larry, but when, John Stockton, Steve Nash, and Michael Jordan will not be on that list. So basically, on the debate on who the greatest is, will probably be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Bill Russell, so it'll be Larry Bird, basically all those guys, and Michael Jordan will probably be not there if it wasn't supposed to be possibly. Number 23 will not be a thing. The great 23 number will be associated with Calvin Murphy. This wouldn't be iconic because Calvin Murphy is a different player than Jordan ever was. Players like LeBron, Anthony Davis would most likely not have his number 23, and will most likely just have different numbers basically. And winning or not basketball games, and if they say like, 23 this, and rap songs and all this, nobody would not know the number, and number 23 wouldn't even be referred as to basketball basically. And if MJ's number 23 wouldn't be there, then sales, like everybody wouldn't really have a reason to watch basketball, to be honest, because number 23 is like the most popular word and saying of all time, and the number will go off to Calvin Murphy, because we all know that players with the 23 number have it because of Michael Jordan, this one man, this greatest man of all time. So basically, that's the reason why. Game style of play. The reverse layup, the crossover, the jump shot, the sack, the tack, the tongue on the lotion, the chewing gum, the Air Jordans, the knee sleeve, the arm sleeve would not be a thing as a cause of Michael Jordan. The part of the style changed. The NBA was the founder of the goofy, godlike human moves ever to be performed in basketball. The fans, the media had also tried to do his dunks, the step backs, and also the reason why they love basketball is the iconic highlight reels he did was amazing and was so graciously good. Merch has just sales has exploded because this one man doing what he does. He even did that one time the highlight reel, and people just was exploding with fan interest on this guy because the highlights and every that, and children would watch and say, "Alright, man, I just wish I can do this." And Michael Jordan had made every highlight and everything great because of this, and things were just crazy because people was like doing his fadeaways, his oh my goodness, his just drill to the basket lanes. All this was just because Michael Jordan, this guy, his style of play was just graciously just amazing. Big men will go down to be greater than guards. Bill Russell, Will Chamberlain, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is highly known for their success to win basketball games as big men would dominate from the ancient times in the NBA. GMs, coaches see as a success to win, literally games. But as when Michael Jordan came along, things would be starting as maybe his guards is better than big man. His guards are. And that was seen as, yo, you don't have to be big. You don't have to be tall to be the greatest of all time. You can be a guard. You can be 6 feet. And this is the reason why things is because Michael Jordan really. Although there's like Magic and Bird and Larry and Stockton and all those guys. But honestly, although there will be there and they were there and this and that, it would still be big men will be great if Michael Jordan was not there. Obviously, if they had those guys, but honestly, throughout NBA history, people was always saying, this cannot be this, this cannot be this. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this man has changed the NBA, and if he weren't here, things would be completely so different, so weird, and just gray and black. And we're glad to have this kind of guy who made the NBA great, Aaron Jordan.
Guys, that's it for the video. I hope y'all enjoy. That's it. Michael Jordan denies this, and that's true. Like seriously, without no shoe brand, seriously, there wouldn't be NBA wouldn't even be that kind of popular. And like seriously, Nike wouldn't even have this much endorsement money. So it's number 23 will be iconic, and that's really one of the reasons why. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys like this. And this is straight up facts, man. So that's straight up facts. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm out. And I'm going down that shit.